Can you hear properly? Respond in the chat box. Okay. Okay. I have started the chapter that is weather, climate and adaptation of animals to the climate, which is chapter 7. Correct. Now last day I have told you about the what is weather and what is the elements of weather, etc. Okay. So any confusion regarding the previous class, that is regarding the definition of weather, how to calculate the average of average temperature of an week, and next one shown you how the graph is drawn, which is in the page number 70. What is your confusion about Deep and Souvik also? How to calculate the average? Okay. Oh, the calculation of average temperature or average rainfall is very simple. Okay. Suppose you have given the rainfall of an week. Rainfall of an week is given. Okay. So rainfall of an week is given. Now Monday, that is 20 millimeter. In the same way, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So how many days? 7 days. Okay, now the amount is 30 centimeter, here 0 millimeter, here 0 millimeter. Now just think about nowadays, because in one day there may be the rainfall, there may not be the rainfall. Now Friday it is 0.5 millimeter, Saturday it is 10 millimeter, Sunday no rainfall. Okay, now you can add this page number. This is in page number 70. In the page number 70, not exactly in the page number 70, it contains in the 69 and also 70. Okay, now add this total amount of rainfall throughout the year and then divide by the 7. This will be the average rainfall throughout the week. In the same way, the average temperature, that is maximum temperature and minimum temperature, this contains the average temperature of that day, that is maximum plus minimum divided by 2, it will be the average temperature. Now you have to study the average temperature throughout the weekdays, then you will say that the average temperature of the week will be like that. Now just follow. Now any confusion? Okay, I am showing the graph. Later on, up to this confusion, that is how to calculate the average. In the same way, you will calculate the average rainfall or average temperature of a month also. Okay, now I am showing out the graph. So the graph, there are two vertical lines are there, and according to the two vertical lines there are the two parameters. Here in the graph there is shown with the dates, and it is the temperature. So it is the weekdays versus temperature. Weekdays versus temperature. So as there the graphs already contains two perpendicular lines having 90 degree, you know about it. This is assumed to be as x axis and it is assumed to be as y axis. Okay, this is the midpoint that is meeting, that is called 0, 0, that is called center. Now you have to take the two parameters, the two axes, these are also called axes. Now just according to your book, there is the weekdays, and there is the temperature. Now weekdays, here the dates are mentioned 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, there you have to take the, now what is the main important point here? Their lines, the distance should be equal, that is from 0, 0 to 3, the distance is equal to the distance in between this, is equal to the distance in between this. In the same way, you have to take the distance throughout the temperature axis, it should be also equidistant, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, you have to see that suppose the temperature is given, that is the, just take a look of the overall temperature, just if it is in the range of 35 to 40 degree, then you have to make a, the initial line should be of 30, then 32, 34, 36, 38 and then 40 and then 42. Okay, now see that I have taken here 2 as a difference, 2 degree centigrade as a difference. Here every weekdays are mentioned. Now, the average is given, suppose in day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, in weekdays the temperature is given, in 3 it is 40 degree. Whose microphone is still now on? Mute it now. In 4, in the date it is about 36, in 5 it is 30, in 6 it is 30, in 7 it is 32, in 8 it is 32 and 9 it is again 40. Now, I have to put the data. In 3, in date 3 that is 40. Now, just make a point regarding to that. So, how we have to make a parallel line to that point and also a vertical line to that point. This should be the exact point. In the same way, we have to make the next one, that is in 4 it is 36. So, 36 it is the point. Next 30, where is 30? It is 30 here, 30. Next also 30, it is here. Next 32, 32 is here. Next 32, 32 is also will be here, and then again 40. So, an eye adjustment. Okay. Now, the curve will be like that. It is showing the average temperature curve of that week. Understood? Who is on? Mute your microphone on. Okay? Okay. So, in this way you have to, there the parallel lines will be there. Just you can see that in your book there are some parallel lines are given, okay, for an unit change in the temperature and also in the weekdays. These parallel lines are drawn, then it becomes H. So, I have not drawn these lines, only the points are mentioned here. Okay, let me see whose microphone is on. Everyone microphone is mute. Suprayo, don't talk in front of your microphone, because this becomes disturbance to the others. Supriyo, I don't want to hear any complaint against anyone. Okay. I don't want to hear any such type of complaints. Sometimes it is Supriyo, sometimes it is Yathartho, sometimes it is any other else. Okay, now coming to the point, concentrate on the page number 70. Now you can see that in page number 70 the bold words are there, maximum and minimum thermometer. Maximum and minimum thermometer. Now what is this? Now thermometer is the instrument used to measure the temperature of a place. Now maximum and minimum thermometer we have to check. Now maximum and minimum thermometer is that when a thermometer itself can mention or can record the temperature of a place during a scheduled period. During a scheduled period, that means it may be, generally it is of 24 hours, 12 hours, etc. Okay. So, when a thermometer itself can record the maximum and minimum temperature of a place throughout a session, that is a period, is called a maximum and minimum thermometer. It was designed by James 6. It was invented by James 6. Yes, it is the James 6 whose thermometer, and the maximum and minimum. Do you know what is the maximum and minimum? What is the lower limit and upper limit of that thermometer? Do you know, Tawfiq? What is maximum and minimum of that thermometer? Respond quickly. No. Okay. So, the maximum, first of all minimum, it is minus 10 degree centigrade, and maximum it is 110. Minus 10 degree is the lower limit and 110 degree centigrade is the upper limit of that thermometer. So, this thermometer, as it record at the same time the maximum and minimum temperature during a period or a scheduled session, is called the maximum and minimum thermometer, and it is designed or invented by James 6, it having different design also. Okay, it is not like the same, it not looks like the same, it having different design, but the minimum and maximum range is in between these, minus 10 degree to 110 degree. It is generally the laboratory thermometer. Okay. And the meteorological department uses such kind of thermometer to record the maximum and minimum temperature. Okay. Now, in the page number 70, in the lower half, you can see a chart is given. Now, what about the chart? It is about the sun, which what is the changes due to the sun. Now, the sun is the source of energy, we know it, and it is a huge sphere of hot gases at a very high temperature. So, what does the sun contain? It is not a solid body, it is the gaseous substance which is highly condensed, and we know that it is due to the fusion reaction. The heat is generated in the sun, and it is a large amount, so large that the whole the universe are become heated by this amount of heat. Okay. So, the question is, what is sun, or what does the sun contains? You can answer yes, hydrogen to helium. So, what does the sun contains? It is the it is a sphere, like it is a sphere of gases in highly condensed form or in highly dense. Okay. It is the primary source of energy that causes change in the weather. Energy absorbed and reflected by the earth's surfaces, oceans and atmosphere play important role in determining the weather at any place. Okay. Now, just make a comparison of the weather. Just it is given here 3 parts, that is around the sea, in the desert and also in the mountain. So, first of all, in the sea, the temperature. Can you tell me about what would be the temperature? It is high or it is average or it is low? So, first one, not only high. So, in desert what you will say? In the desert what you will say? Hot and dry. Yes, it is for the desert, but I have not completed up to the sea, around the sea or the seashore. You are Debayan and Sanchari, you are telling about the desert, but I am asking you what is the temperature in the sea. Yes, Jothartho having given the correct answer. So, the temperature is average. For this reason, if you move to the Tamil Nadu or Bangalore etc., or in the Mumbai, you can see that as they are besides the sea level, that is the besides any sea, then the temperature is not so high according to the desert. So, temperature is average, temperature is high in the desert, temperature is low or moderate. Next one is the humidity. So, it is humid, desert least humid, and in the mountain it is moderate, because mountain contains also the air contains the water particles present in the air are condensed in the mountain. So, it also produces the humidity. Okay. So, it is highly humid in nature, the sea area. Okay. Now, next point is that in page number 71, what is climate? What is climate? What is climate? The climate is that it is an average of the weather pattern. It is the average of weather pattern during or for a long period. It was previously it was 34 years, but nowadays it is for 25 years, because nowadays the climates are changing frequently, climates also changes frequently. For this reason, from 34 years it is now considered for 25 years only. So, the average pattern of weather recorded over a period of 25 years is called the climate of that place. If the temperature of that place is high, that means in the maximum time it remains high, then it will be called as the place is hot in nature, and if the average temperature remains the low, then it will be called the temperature that is of low temperature region. And in most of the days, if there is heavy rainfall is there and the temperature is also the accordingly not decreases to the same extent, then it is called the wet and hot. Okay. And if the temperature is also high, but the rainfall is also negligible, it will be called as hot and dry. So, when rainfall is there and also the temperature is high, it is called the wet and hot, and when rainfall is less in the desert region and temperature is high, it is called the hot and dry atmosphere. Okay. So, these are the basic, that means hot, cold, hot and dry, hot and humid or hot and wet. Okay. These are the changes. Now, which one are the factors which affects in the climate? So, first of all, the climates are mainly the climate which is a property or which is a characteristics of the location of that place. Now, the location is identified by the two terms is there, latitude and altitude. So, with respect to these points, that is the latitude and altitude, there is a specific weather pattern is there. Okay. Now, you can see that in the northern pole there is the cold region, that means there is the all time we can see the icebergs are there. Okay. And in the moderate, that means in the, just think about the 23rd, that is 23.5 north, okay, or south pole. Here you can see that the temperature is moderate. Okay. So, these are the changes due to the position. Now, you can see that there is a chart given, that table 7.2 Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, information about climate. Now, in January it was minus 2.3 degree centigrade, it is the daily minimum, and maximum was 4.7, and total rainfall was 57 centimeter, and accordingly it is mentioned, that is February, March, December. So, this is the ultimate result which should be continued throughout the 25 years, that these average temperature if continued up to 25 years, then the weather remains same. But if we tally the average weather, that is average rainfall, average temperature through that 25 years, and if there we get the change, then we can tell that the climates are changing. Okay. Now, you can say that the climates are changing, and you can also see the bad effects, and you can also hear about this, the bad effects of changing climates. Okay. And there are two charts, one is Srinagar and one is Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. Now, you see that the Jammu and Kashmir, it is located on the hilly region, and the Thiruvananthapuram, it is located on the besides the sea, that is in the seashore. So, just tally the weather pattern of that two places, that is the climate pattern of these two places. The daily temperature minimum and maximum, it is an average, that is 22.2 and 31.5. So, just it is an average temperature, and the rainfall is low, sometimes it is low and sometimes it is high. There are specific time, just about today it is the June or July, it is the highly rainfall region in the West Bengal or in our situation. Here also in Thiruvananthapuram you can see that in the April, May, June, July, here the highly rainfall, but in case of Jammu and Kashmir, in April it is just an average, that means in throughout the year we will get the rainfall, but here a large heavy rainfall during some session and very less rainfall during some of the months throughout the year. So, this is the change in the climate. Okay. And about the two places, one is in the hilly region and another one is the seashore. Okay. So, just turn over the page, you can see that there is the hot and dry and the wet condition is there, I have mentioned earlier. Next day I will tell you about the change, that is the difference between weather and climate, and later on we will move to the point 7.3, that is climate and adaptation. Okay. 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 Bye everyone. Meet you again in the next class. So, you will prepare a difference between weather and climate. Next day I will make questions from there. Okay. Thank you.